Thanks so much for joining us here on this Wednesday at noon. I am Brooke Hash. Our top story takes us from southern Indiana down to Georgia. The person suspected in a double murder in Clarksville from nearly 12 years ago was just found at an ICE facility in Georgia. And we found out his name is Carlos Alberto Bonilla. Now, police said on October 9th of 2013, officers responded to a house fire in the 400 block of North Randolph Avenue, where two men were found stabbed to death inside that home. Investigators collected DNA samples at that scene and searched for a third man who was a resident of the house but never found. That was until last month when Bonilla, a Salvadorian national, was arrested and held at a federal ICE facility in Georgia. His name was flagged upon his arrest, and Clarksville police were notified.
Throughout that investigation, it was determined that both of those individuals had been stabbed to death. So one individual had stab wounds on over 90% of his body, and the other individual had stab wounds on over 95% of his total body surface. So I think it would be prudent to say that this was a brutal double murder.
The suspect, again in Georgia, now awaiting extradition to Indiana. 11 people were arrested Monday in Jackson County, Indiana, during a coordinated immigration enforcement operation. Seymour Police and the Jackson County Sheriff's Office worked with the FBI and ICE in these arrests. Authorities say those taken into custody had either illegally entered the U.S. or had previously been charged with crimes. They said one person had been deported 5 times, but still came back to the U.S. Seymour Police Chief Greg O'Brien said in a statement that this was not a sweep, nor did it involve schools or other sensitive locations. He said the focus was solely on removing dangerous offenders to protect the safety of our residents. Competitive pay and guaranteed time off to start a family. The town of Clarksville, Indiana, and the union representing its police officers officially came to an agreement on a new contract this week. These negotiations have been ongoing since February of last year, and Clarksville police have been operating without a contract since this January. Our Jose Alonso and photojournalist Emma Gefter spoke with both sides on this agreement.
Clarksville, Indiana police are keeping their commitment on community safety. But Derek Crawford with the police union says they've been working without a contract for months now.
But our job is continually getting harder and more dangerous each and every day. And for the smallest paycheck out there, most people don't want to risk their lives.
Retention and recruitment is the focus on this contract for Clarksville Fraternal Order Police Lodge number 144 and the Clarksville Police Department.
I'm proud of both sides being able to come together. For me, in my position, it's felt like it's been a while.
20 months of negotiations with the town council to be exact. But if this contract goes through, Clarksville officers will have competitive pay between $66,000 and $73,500 in the next 3 years. Solidify paid maternal, paternal, and military service leave.
Better late than never. I'm glad they came to realize our importance to the town. The community supported us, and the town has agreed to what we think, pay what we're worth.
And the community did show up in large numbers in the council chambers, voicing concern over contract negotiations. Council President Ryan Ramsey says they support first responders, but are navigating a financial change.
And there's never been a question about, when they come to us, asking for new vehicles, new equipment, new guns. We always say yes.
But new legislation passed by the Indiana General Assembly has municipalities across the state reworking taxes and finances.
Senate Bill 1 that was passed at the state level, and the effects that it's going to have on the town's budget, those impacts are going to be up to $2.5 million annually.
But Ramsey says the council will find a way to fund higher salaries for police.
And we've had a climate of people backing law enforcement as of late, and we're very appreciative of that. It's definitely noticed.
Now, the town council will officially vote on this contract on September 2nd. The Jefferson County School Board just approved a new property tax for the fiscal year, and it's lower than the previous tax rate. The district said it'll still take in more money thanks to rising property assessments throughout the county. On Tuesday, the district approved a rate of 71.7 cents per $100 of assessed value on real property. That's down from 73.5 cents from this last year. That means a homeowner would pay $717 in school taxes on a $100,000 home. This will bring in about $36.5 million in additional funds for the district, which is facing a $100 million budget shortfall. Taking a look outside, it's a little bit more overcast than we've seen the last couple days, but I will say, Matthew, it feels amazing compared to the last few days.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean,
What a change.
yes. Honestly, I stepped out the door and I was even shocked, and I do the weather for a living. But overall, yeah, it's nice, much relief from what we saw the past several days where we saw that heat wave and temperatures into the mid 90s, heat indices well into the triple digits. Not the case for today, as those clouds keeping us nice and cool out there. Looking at temperatures into the 70s, and it's just about afternoon hours. So yeah, we're gonna slowly start to see that heat creep in, but yeah, not gonna be as bad as what we've seen. 75 in Louisville, 76 in Shepherdsville, and if you're stepping out the door, won't have to worry about the rain showers as well. It's just we'll see some cloudy conditions. Overall, as you look at satellite and radar, yeah, really not seeing much rain, but those clouds still dominating our area across Kentuckiana and well into places into Ohio and down into southern Kentucky as well. Overall, as you look at satellite and radar, yeah, like I said, not much rain out there, really just sticking with the clouds for the start of this afternoon. So look at the hourly planner. We'll start to warm up a little bit heading towards the afternoon hours, only into the lower 80s by 1 p.m. But as soon as we start to see that sun peak out just a little bit, we'll start to warm up likely into the upper 80s. That bus stop forecast, as you get off the bus, 86 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. Not going to be too bad for your Wednesday, but I am tracking a cool down on the way for us as we head towards next week. We're talking temperatures likely into the upper 70s, even lower 80s for highs. I'll be timing out what you can expect coming up in just a few minutes. Back over to you, Brooke.
Matthew, thank you. A Louisville man is currently on the run after the jail mistakenly put him on home incarceration. 31-year-old Keyshawn Jackson is facing several charges, including strangulation and assault, and police say he does pose a significant threat to the public. Metro Corrections Major Jason Logsdon said they received a bond decision from the jail's records division that said they, in good faith, placed Mr. Jackson on HIP. Well, he was put on home incarceration. Officials said Jackson removed his GPS monitoring device back on August 9th. And on August 11th was the first time the jail found out the phrasing was not meant to actually release him on home incarceration. Logsdon said LMDC intends to work with the clerk's office to standardize language to prevent any miscommunication like this in the future. Now to that gruesome murder in southern Indiana. The man accused of beheading his own father in Jeffersonville appeared in court for the first time on Tuesday. Bryce Winnicki had a huge gash on his forehead as he entered that room. Our Ian Hardwood explains the psychological evaluations he'll be undergoing to see if he is fit to stand trial.
Bryce Winnicki, charged with murdering his father, first appeared in court with a large knot on his forehead. Clark County jail officials said it was a self-inflicted wound as the 33-year-old man hit his head on the concrete floor of his cell. Judge Nicholas Carafa read off the second charge Winnicki faces, some of his family in tears.
Bryce Winnicki did knowingly or intentionally mutilate the corpse of Eric Winnicki by cutting off his head.
Carafa ultimately gave Larry Wilder, Winnicki's defense attorney, the green light for psychological evaluations. The first will determine if Winnicki is mentally fit to stand trial. The second, if Winnicki is insane.
I've known the Winnicki family for over 30 years. Bryce is a young man that went to school with my children. Bryce was a young man that spent time in my home.
Wilder said that's why he needed to know what was running through Bryce's mind. Jeffersonville police say that Winnicki told his mom, quote, "I killed him. I went over to Dad's because he is the evilest person that ever lived. I cut his head off." That was on August 15th, the day Eric's body was discovered. For this, Clark County prosecutor Jeremy Mull is seeking life imprisonment without parole.
We intend to seek life imprisonment without parole in light of this murder, in light of his conduct in dismembering the victim afterwards. It's my opinion that he should not be allowed out of prison again.
While Eric's body was found on Friday, August 15th, security video shows what police believe is his son entering his father's home 2 nights beforehand. Security video from Friday allegedly showed Winnicki leaving his dad's house with a white trash bag in his left hand. Police say they later collected Eric's head in a white plastic bag inside Bryce's bedroom after his SWAT arrest. Wilder said it's a tragedy for the whole family.
And they are doubly overcome with the anguish that goes along with losing a parent and essentially losing a brother.
Mull reiterated that Winnicki's innocent until proven guilty. In Jeffersonville, Ian Hardwick for WHAS11 News, on your side.
If Winnicki is declared fit to stand trial, the judge said that would take place sometime next February, 6 months from now. 2 former JCPS high school football coaches are on home incarceration as they await trial for dozens of child sex abuse charges. Brothers Donnie and Ronnie Stoner were removed from their positions back in 2023. Prosecutors said the 2 committed numerous counts of sexual abuse over a period of 2 decades while working in the district. Yesterday, Donnie Stoner's 2023 abuse charges were dropped as a legal formality so they can continue the 2025 case. They are scheduled back in court on November 18th. A jury trial is scheduled for August 10th.